A quick catch up on the pond and a brand new development. Well guys, I was going to give you a quick shot of the little ones, but as I've come up to the pond they've all shot off somewhere. But they're in there somewhere. The water's now warming up, so they're going to start growing. Oh, they've all gone up that end. I don't know whether you'll see, there's a lot of glare on the water at the minute. There is one or two down here, if you can see them. Down there somewhere. There's my big old Orf. He's got to be a big old boy. Well guys, the covers are off. As you can see, I've got a bit of work to do. There's a bit of gravel on the bottom. They've fetched out the plants. And a bit of tidying up. There's a bit of algae left from the clover leaf, so I'll hoover that out and then we're all underway. So a bit of tidying up to do, but I'm quite pleased the covers are off. There we go guys, I've just been round, I've hoovered it all out, and I'll just give the slabs and the brickwork a bit of a blast off with the Catchup. So we're getting all nice and clean now. I've got all the struts out the back of the pond, what the board's rested on. So we're well ready for summer. Well, good morning guys. As you can probably tell, the weather's gone back to rubbish again. It's quite cold and windy, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to affect the video. We'll just have a quick look at the pond. As you can see, I've got my herring net on it. We've had a herring flying over, so I've had to do something to keep the herring off, which seems to be working anyway. It only takes 2 minutes. I'll just whip that off. Takes 2 minutes to take off, so we'll just take this off. I have it on during the night and then take it off during the day. As it only takes a couple of minutes to take off, it's not too bad at all. I'd sooner do this than have a net over the pond. When I want to see my pond, I can do then without a lot of problems, and that's it, it's off. So all it is I've got some dowel and drilled half a dozen holes in the slabs, as you can see there, and they just slot in. It just slots in and puts up. 2 seconds and it's down. It only takes a minute to put back up again. But I've got my air stones on at the moment. The pond is a little bit brown because of the algae treatment, the clover leaf. It is showing a little bit brown, but that'll go eventually. And I don't know whether you can see it, I do have a lettuce over in the corner there. They've been having fun with that, pulling it all to pieces, as you can see down there. But apart from that, everything's going well. I didn't repot my lilies at the beginning of the season, so they're not coming too well this year. I just didn't have time. But we'll see how well they go later on, see if they come. But I do like to repot them every 2 years, but I did miss it this year. Here they all come to see what I'm doing. It's funny, if I've got my grey jumper on, they all come up to see what's going on. If I've got the black jumper on, they do tend to shoot off a bit, so they do know what's what. They're not daft coy. We are forecast 1 or 2 frosts, so that's going to knock them back a bit and slow them down, cool the water back down. It's about 12.5 degrees I think at the moment, so it's not too bad for them, but as you know, the English weather. If we have some nice weather, we usually have to pay for it one way or another. Anyway, there is something I've been wanting to show you, and something I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, 3 weeks. This is why I've not released a video lately. I've been busy beavering away in the shed down the bottom. Now, I had a conversation, quite a big conversation, with someone from Germany, and he's telling me that this is the latest system. Sort of got me into it, and you know what I'm like, I just had to have a go and I want to know what they're like. So what I'll do is give you a quick preview of what's been going on. Well guys, here we are in the shed, and this is what I've been working on. Now, a lot of you will know what one of these is. It's an RDF, it's what they call a rotary drum filter, and this is what I've been working on for the past, well, probably 3 weeks now. I've researched as much as I can about it and found out what we need, and this is what I've come up with. This is my version of an RDF. They are supposed to be very good. Have a look inside. There's your spray bar, your drum in there, and in this side we've got the seal that runs around the drum. This is where the water will come in. How they work is the water comes in to the RDF through them 2 bulkheads there. As you know, I have 2.25 inch inlets, so it comes into there, into the drum, comes and flows into the drum, through the drum, out the drum where it's filtered by that fine mesh, and then comes out of the 2. I've got 2 inch outlets, one either side. Don't know whether you can see the other one, it's behind that pipe. So I've got 2 2-inch outlets, and I've got a motor that actually turns the drum. What happens is there's a float level switch, and as this mesh slowly blocks, the water level will rise in this back section. It will trigger the motor, which turns the drum. These spray bars spray water through the mesh to take the dirt off it, which then flows, you can just see it through the mesh, down that guttering and out. Now, they use very little water, and it's pond water. You can either use tap water or pond water. Some people use tap water, and that's how the cleaning process works. And as you can see, I've got my motor on there which turns the drum, and then at the bottom I've got the pump that pumps and feeds the jets. Basically, that's how it works. The water flows into the drum, through the drum, and as the mesh blocks, it triggers a timer which runs for about 15 seconds and cleans the drum. All the wastewater goes into the gully. It's drain pipe, actually, well, not drain pipe, it's actually guttering. Flows into that and away. But the thing about this is, as the mesh slowly blocks, it filters finer and finer particles from the water. So they say there's no limit to how fine these can filter down, which rather intrigued me really, because to be honest, it's really got to go some to beat our filter system. Our filter system's that good. This has really got to go some to beat it, but you know what I'm like, I was that intrigued, I thought I've got to find out. So I have actually built myself one, and that's what it's all about. That's what I've been doing these past 2 or 3 weeks. That's why I've released no videos. There is a top, because once the spray jets go there will be a bit of spray flying about, and as mine's indoors, I want to keep the spray down because it's in the shed. I don't want water everywhere, so that'll keep the spray down. And that's about it really. That's what I've been busy doing. So I can't wait to get that all connected to my pond. I shall run it separate to my filter system that's running at the moment, and I want to see just what sort of a difference it makes. But it will be very interesting, because like I say, if it's going to beat the Pro system, it's really got to go some. But I love the principle, that's the thing. And the thing is, these are self-cleaning. There's no cleaning to be done. So the mesh, like I say, it triggers the motor and the water pump, sprays the mesh, washes the dirt off it, which flows away through the guttering, and it runs for about 15 seconds and then stops and carries on filtering again. So I can't wait to see what sort of results I get from it, to be honest. But that's it, that's what I've built. That's why I have to apologise, I've not released any videos lately. My time's been taken up with this. I've, like I say, been researching it, finding out what I need. So hopefully this will all work. I shall put it on the video when I connect it all up to the pond. I've got a 10,000 litre an hour pump that I'm going to put on for a start. This will obviously, this is just mechanical filtration, so it will obviously need a moving bed. So I shall build a moving bed to accommodate this, and we'll see how it goes. But I can't wait to get it connected to the pond really. I've got a little bit more to do yet. I've got the wiring up to do. I've got my board made with the electrics all on it. I've just got to fit the float level switch and that sort of thing. Plus I want a bit of a safeguard, so I've got to organise that as well. But we're not far from giving it a run. So I will release a video of the first time I put it on, and we'll see how things go. But that's what I've been up to. If you go on YouTube and look under, just put in pond rotary drum filter, there are several on there. I think they mainly came from Germany, but I could be corrected there. There are several on there, people that's tried that. Well, they show you the actual new ones, and people that's built their own. There is one or two on there. I mean, if you wanted to buy one of these things, they're about £3,500, and I've done this for a lot less. So if it works as well as I'm hoping it to, it'll be a right result. These do seem to be the latest thing in pond filtration. That's what intrigued me, and you know what I'm like, I had to know just how good it was. So here it is. Now here in the filter house, nothing's changed much. Everything's still working as it was. I've not sort of changed anything in here. Put the light on so we can see better. I've not sort of changed anything in here. Everything's as it was. Everything's running nicely. As you know, it doesn't give a lot of problems, the Pro system. The pump's working away. That is a good little pump, I must admit. I do like that pump. It does move a lot of water. What I want to do is, as we're only on the 1¼ inch pipe there, eventually I want to get the pump running on 2 inch all the way through, and then split it from the 2 inch into the 1¼ inch either side. But I should like to get that on 2 inch pipe. It would move that bit more water. The moving bed, it's still going great guns, no problems in there, moving the media nicely. So there's not that much to report really. As I say, I've not done a lot to this system, but I'm all excited about that RDF at the moment, and can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. Now, as you can see up there, the pond is 12.8 degrees. It says 18 on the bottom figure, but that's inside the shed. The wind outside is really cold, and it is a little bit warmer in here with the pumps and everything running, so it doesn't give a true outside temperature. But it is 12.8 in, well, 12.9 it's just gone to in the pond, so it's not too bad for them. They say we're going to get some frosty nights, so we'll see what that does to it. As you can see, my garden's starting to come back together. It was a bit of a building site when I did the pond, and I did wreck the lawn, but the lawn's coming back. I did put some seed down. The bottom does want seeding again, but that's all back together. The pond's running well. The fish are all swimming about nicely. And there we go, guys. 2 minutes and it's back on again. It's so easy, and like I say, I much prefer it to having a net across the pond so you can't see your fish. It's only made from a pond net. It's the pond net I used to have on the temporary pond I had the fish in before I got mine built, and I've just made a sort of fence out of it, and it seems to work really well. Quite pleased with it. Well guys, that's about it for this video, so until the next video, do take care, thanks for watching, and happy ponding.